Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm Sam.
And we are the Pretty Life Girls.
And today we're at Silhouette headquarters to walk you through the use of your new Silhouette Cameo 4.
The Cameo 4 is Silhouette's 12-inch width precision cutting machine, and it's one of our favorite craft supplies.
Let's get started. In the box of your Cameo 4, you will have a Cameo 4 machine, a power cord and adapter, a USB cord, an auto blade, a cutting mat, a multi-purpose tool for adjusting the blade or removing the Bluetooth device from the machine, a set of tool adapters for older blade styles, Silhouette Studio basic software, 100 exclusive designs downloaded upon registration, and a 1-month subscription to the Silhouette Design Store.
The Cameo 4 uses Silhouette Studio, a powerful design software. Silhouette Studio allows you to send jobs from your computer to your Silhouette machine. Upgraded versions are available, but the basic version is free for download at silhouetteamerica.com/software. Just select your operating system and download, then follow the prompts to install. Once installed, open by clicking the desktop icon. To begin using your Cameo 4, connect the USB cord to your machine and then to your computer. Next, insert the power cord into your machine and then into a wall outlet. Press the power button on the right side. The panel will light up to indicate that it is on. Open the Sun panel in Silhouette Studio to see the machine status. It should say ready. You might see the option to update your firmware. If so, click to update. If your computer is Bluetooth enabled, you can connect through Bluetooth instead of through the cord. Simply toggle Bluetooth on and off with the button on the machine.
The Cameo 4 has 2 tool chambers. The first is for basic cutting with an auto blade or drawing with a sketch pen. It provides enough force for most standard materials like sticker paper, vinyl, and paper. The second chamber provides more powerful force for other tools that are sold separately and for cutting specialized materials. Unlock the slot and drop the blade in. Then re-lock the slot. The blade will automatically be adjusted to settings in the software. The rollers that grip your material can be adjusted to the width of the project. It comes set for the 12-inch mat. Adjust the width by releasing the lock lever, adjusting the center rollers, and re-locking the lever. To load the cutting mat, align it with the load line indicator on the left and place against the roller. Press the up or load arrow. After the job is finished, tap the down or unload arrow. The Cameo 4 has a built-in roll feeder that slides out as needed. Pull it out and fold up the holders. The roll feeder can be adjusted to 9 inches and 12 inches. The machine also comes with a built-in cross cutter. After your job is complete, feed it through the back. Lower the cross cutter track and slice, then raise and lock it back into place when done. Now that your machine is set up and you know how to insert the blade and load your material, let's make something.
Great! We are going to make a personalized mug project. All you need to make this project is a plain mug, some adhesive vinyl, transfer tape, a weeding hook, and a scraper. To create your design, open Silhouette Studio and open the Library tab. Double-click on your desired design to open it on the design space. Add your font, resize and position it. Once your blade is in and your material is loaded, open the Send tab. Select the tool type, which is usually auto-detected, choose your action, which is to cut, and select your material type. Adjust other settings as needed. Click the Send button and Cameo will begin the cutting job. Once the job has finished cutting, unload the mat and remove your material. Use the hook to weed the excess vinyl. Take a piece of transfer tape and lay it over your weeded design. Then take your scraper to transfer your design onto the tape. Pull back your transfer tape and lay your design onto your mug. Then take your scraper again to transfer the vinyl from the transfer tape onto the mug. Then pull back your transfer tape. That's it. Now you have made an adorable personalized mug. Cheers! For our next project, we are going to make jam labels using Silhouette's print to cut feature.
For this project, you will need printable vinyl, a jar, your home printer, and a print and cut design that you can get from the Silhouette Design Store, and of course, your Cameo 4. In Silhouette Studio, open your print and cut design. Scale and position the design and add registration marks, which the Cameo 4 will use to know where to cut. Load your printable vinyl into your home printer and print the design. Then feed it into your Cameo 4. The optic scanner will find the registration marks and cut around the design. Once the machine has finished cutting, remove the label and place it on the jar. And then you have the cutest labeled jam jars.
So cute.
You can access over 150,000 designs and fonts, including designs and patterns by Michaels, in the Silhouette Design Store. Content can be purchased individually, or you can choose a subscription option. You can access the store in Silhouette Studio or online at silhouettedesignstore.com. To upload SVG files, you'll need to upgrade your software to Business Edition.
We hope you love your Cameo 4 machine, and we can't wait to see what you make.
Thank you for learning with us, and happy crafting!